Hi everyone, so this is our last video for the functions, and today we'll be talking about the application or the further application of the functions, and I'm Louis Lu. Also, this video is created for my personal project, so if you feel those videos are actually helpful, please help me to fill out the Google Forms that I will be sending out to you all by Gmails to provide me with some useful information or feedbacks. Thank you. So the most useful formulas for the functions is called Vieta's formulas. The Vieta's formula states that the sum of the roots is equal to the negative an minus 1 divided by an, and the product of all the roots is a0 and divided by an times up with negative 1's n exponent. Also, there are, as shown below, there are quite a lot of more rules about the S2, S3, S4 until Xn, but they are basically all being the same law. So how to prove those Vieta's formulas? To prove the Vieta's formulas, that we basically applying the law of factorization to factorize the original functions f of x equals to ax n exponent and a minus 1 xn minus 1 exponent to add it up until an, and so we use applying the law of factorization to factorize the functions into f of x equal to x minus r1 and times up with x minus r2 times up with x minus r3 and until x minus rn. So we expand it again and to compare the coefficient with the original function f of x, the small f of x. So we're basically comparing the two functions, the bigger f of x to the smaller f of x functions. And here are some example questions. If you can feel free to do those questions by yourself, and I will leave some time for you to do them. I believe it's enough time, so I will do it by myself. And for the first questions, it's asking us about the x1 square plus x2 square, and by the law of the Vieta's formula. So we basically finding the x1 plus x2. In this case, it's negative 3 divided by 1, so it is negative 3. And we're finding out the product of both roots. The product is actually 3 over a, so it's in this case it's 5. And we basically square the both sides of the first sum, we will get 9. And we let 9 minus 10, which is 10 times 5, 10 times x1, x2, and it's negative 1. As we expanded the left-hand side of the sum, we will get the x1 square plus 2x1 x2 plus x2 square. So we basically, the only thing we have to do is minus out the 2x1 x2. And the second question is actually using the same method, so I won't do it here. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact me through the Gmails. The application of Vieta's formulas. To apply the Vieta's formula, well, we could apply them into the problem solving when solving the equations. It provides us with a method to quick construct the function and find the roots of it. And in the example below, the Vieta's formula won't work because if we construct that function, we also couldn't easily find the roots of that function, but we are still gonna try it. So we're finding out, we also already know, if we said x and y are both roots, we already know the sum of roots is actually -3 over negative b over c, and the sum is c over a. And if we let a equals to 1, we will get y equals to x squared and minus 12 x plus 26, which won't work in factorization, so it's not gonna work in this case, but in more cases it's gonna work if we are able to factorize the functions. Now, trig functions. Again, trig function is one of the important parts in functions, because originally trigonometry was discovered in a triangle, and it's actually pretty hard for us to find out some characteristic of trigonometry in triangles. So we actually applying them into functions, so we can easier to see or observe the periodic or other characteristic. So the characteristic of the function we can observe, they are periodic. 1 pi or 2 pi as one period, 1 pi as a tangent, and 2 pi as sine or cosine, and some of them are even more odd functions. It's also quite obvious to see if they are symmetrical to y-axis or 0 to 0 points. One thing to catch up, all functions are the functions that obeying negative f of x equal to f of negative x, and even functions are functions that obeying f of negative x equal to f of x. So the graph, also the one catch-ups, the graphs for even and odd functions, the even functions are symmetrical by y-axis as shown on the right-hand side. And odd functions are symmetrical by points 0 to 0. As shown on left-hand side, as shown on the left-hand side. Yeah, that's all for the last video. Hope you enjoyed the whole series. If you have any more questions, please contact me, and also please fill out the Google Forms. I will be posting on the Gmails or sending out through the YouTube links.